Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the podcast of Talk to Perspective. Today, we are going to have a discussion about one of the major issues around the world right now, and that is modern warfare and politics regarding Middle East, South Asia, and Bangladesh. For having a discussion about this very issue, we have a guest with us today, Mr. Ali Ahmad Mabrur, a writer, political analyst, and translator. On behalf of Perspective Magazine, I'd like to welcome our guest, Mr. Ali Ahmed Mabrur.
Thank you
So,
very much.
how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. And
Thank
thank you
you.
very much, you and your team Perspective, for inviting me.
Thank you very
As we
much.
have been talking a lot for a while for attending this show, and finally it is happening now. So thank you.
Thank you. Today we're going to cover one of the most important issues around the world right now, and that is modern warfare and politics regarding Middle East, South Asia, and Bangladesh. So, when I talk about Middle East, and Saudi Arabia comes to my mind first. So, nowadays Saudi Arabia, UAE
Mm.
are changing their diplomatic relationship, and it is visible. So, they are trying to balance the relationship between US and China Russia bloc.
Mm.
They're working with China, India, even Iran.
Right.
So, what do you think? What are the interests connected with this very shifting? And do we have to believe that America is going to lose its solo dominance throughout the world?
It's all about national interest, and it gradually changes according to the context and situation. Right now, the world is witnessing a very different scenario than the previous time.
Right.
For an example, America, like you said, United States of America, actually, uh, from the time tenure of President Joe Biden,
Mhm.
we have been watching some major shift. Like all of a sudden, they started withdrawing troops from Afghanistan,
Okay.
and the way they have withdrew the troops to the Middle Eastern countries and others, they thought it's in some way it is a kind of defeat for the U.S.
Mhm.
This is number one point. Then, when the Ukraine and Russia war started, actually at that time, U.S. actually changed its position, its focus to Ukraine issue,
All right.
and they unconditionally supported the Ukraine so that they can gain some major victory against
Mhm.
Russia. That is another issue. And recently, the way U.S. failed to protect the Middle Eastern countries, including Iran
Mhm.
and recently Qatar from
Mhm.
the attack of Israel. Um, Actually, this sort of scenario, the Middle Eastern policymakers and the statements, they are now thinking that America is not enough to protect them.
Mhm.
And America is actually very nakedly, I would say, they are serving the interest of Israel. They are
Mhm.
supporting the Israel unconditionally. And that is why they are now trying to change the bloc from
Okay.
the US. For a long, several years, they were totally dependent on US alone. Now
Mhm.
they are trying to think in different way that okay, we will open another block, and this is why they are opening business and trading and taking arms from Russia or from Iran or China and others. And China is a global manufacturer country,
Mhm.
and they in technology and others they are very much ahead. So now the Middle Eastern countries, they are in a position that they are not inclined to avoid China in any way. And then the
Mhm.
Russia is also another issue that the Russia is a major client for their the oil and other issue, and the India as well. India is one of the major countries was taking oil from the Middle Eastern and the Russian. So they are all of the blocks for the anti-US blocks. So it's not that they are going against the US, but I think they are making some they're looking for some alternative options.
Okay. Thank you. Now, I'd like to talk about something else. We have seen 12 war between Israel and
Yeah.
Iran. So, about this war, there are different kind of opinions, but we'd like to divide it in two sections.
Yeah.
Some people try to say that maybe Israel is trying to attack Iran, and for that, they have taken it as a trial version of the war. So they try to understand the strength of Iran, and also they try to understand the weaknesses of Iran. That how could they attack successfully
Yeah.
in the future? On the other hand, some other people try to say that Iran is also checking the Israel's strength in case of war. So, what's your opinion? Basically, who would become successful?
To me, is first of all, apart from military issue, is a moral issue as well. Iran was in the dialogue with the United States, and they were in the 5 phase of the dialogue,
Right.
and they were about to start the fifth phase of dialogue on 15th of that month, I think, is about June. But all on a sudden, Israel on 13th, I think, on 13th of that month at dawn, they suddenly started attacking Iran, and they gained a huge success because of they had a good number of spies in Iran as well.
Hmm.
But later on, from the following day, Iran came back in the fight, and they made a good response. And then Iran also, the distance between Iran and Israel is more than 2,000 kilometers, so it's a huge.
Too long.
So the, they all need is long ranges of missiles.
Hmm.
So these are the issues, and many. Uh, I would like to say that Iran has become successful in this way because this is the first time Iran's missile has a good number of missiles have actually hit the Israeli territory, the many establishments. We have seen many buildings have been destroyed. On the other hand, Israel has the attack of Israel also gained success.
Hmm.
Lots of Iranian building, good establishments, media building, and many others. It has been destroyed, and the Iranian nuclear sites. These also came under attack.
Right.
So both of the Israel and Iran, both of these two sides have actually lost. I think is economically and also militarily
Militarily.
from others. Right now the issue is I don't know why, but the fact is when Iran is in dialogue with US, at that time US has given green signal to Israel to attack Iran.
Hmm.
That is, I think, the biggest crisis. So that means that morally Iran is in a better position because they were in the dialogue,
Hmm.
but the US had actually, uh,
Maybe Iran has tried to maintain the war rules
yeah,
as much as possible.
yeah, and
Right.
this is why it is now. We are about to see. I think it's definitely a test case,
Hmm.
but I think none of them have actually used their maximum force.
Right.
They have kept many of the, I think, missiles and other issue. Actually, they have kept unused.
Hmm.
So in the next phase of war, if it happens, then we will see other, I think, more more advanced weapons or more advanced missiles and other technological issues. And at the same time, Iran is also Iran's Natanz and other nuclear sites have been affected, so they are trying to resume that
Hmm.
all operations. So that is another challenge for Iran.
All right. Thank you for making it clear that
Yeah,
we want to understand. So now, the next question that I'd like to ask you, that
yeah,
we have witnessed the exchange of hostages and prisoners between Palestine and
yeah.
Israel. Now, but the problem is some prisoners were not exchanged in this very, you know, distribution. So, and I think after losing all of the top leaders of Hamas, now Hamas is in a very difficult situation. Somebody tried to say that,
Yeah.
and after losing Marwan Garboti, maybe I don't know his name exactly, but I think he is one of the top leaders of Hamas. So, what's your opinion after losing all the top leaders of Hamas? Would Hamas, I think, are going to face the deep crisis?
Marwan Barghouti is in Israeli prison,
Hmm.
and actually he is the leader of Fatah or
Hmm.
PLO. Hamas actually, before this whole discussion took place, Hamas has given the list
Hmm.
of some lifetime imprisoners, including Marwan al-Barghouti, and they wanted him to be released. And I would like to say this is the generosity of Hamas,
Hmm.
because Hamas have made no discrimination um, about while making the list, like these are from Fatah, these are from Hamas, these are from West Bank, or these are from
So,
Gaza.
among the
Yeah,
parties,
yeah.
right?
So because Hamas has always and they had the approach of unified Palestine.
Right.
So they actually and I think this time they pressed more for Marwan al-Barghouti because he has been in prison for many years, a significant number of years, and
Hmm.
he has now facing, I think, several lifetime imprisonment verdict. So, what is the fact with Marwan al-Barghouti that as Hamas has lost many of is top leaders,
Hmm.
so now they need someone to be replaced.
Hmm.
And although Marwan al-Barghouti belonged to Fatah or
Hmm.
PLO, but he has a good impression. Like he is not like other Fatah leaders. Like he is not that much corrupted,
Okay.
and he became the symbol of resistance. And as he has been imprisoned for many years, now he is becoming is the Mandela of Palestine.
Okay.
So it's become an iconic symbol. So I think Hamas, their approach was, I think, primarily that if Maran al-Barghouti came outside, then it would be easier for them to go for, for bargaining with Israel and US.
Hmm.
And Maran al-Barghouti is the right person to replace Mahmoud Abbas as the
Okay.
final president, and he is very much inclined, and the people want him as the president of
Okay.
Palestine. But unfortunately, Hamas is sincere about for ensuring the release of Maran Barghouti, but his own party, they don't want him to come
All
out
right.
because there are clash of interest as well.
Mhm.
And Mahmoud Abbas already appointed, I think, a nominee or something as his deputy uh, to close the door for Barghouti. So Hamas, I think, is in better position. They are generous and they are trying to put him on the front row so that under the banner of Barghouti, all the Palestinian
Mhm.
came across and they can be united and for their, to facilitate their struggle for liberation.
All right. I think Hamas is trying to maybe, what can I say, protect the interest of total Palestine.
Definitely, the total
And
Palestine.
for
Yeah,
that, actually, they are trying
yeah,
to,
yeah.
I mean,
This
as
is
much
why
possible.
they didn't make any discrimination or
Right.
differences.
All right. Thank you. Now, Israel is not fully withdrawing their troops from Gaza,
Yeah,
right? Even still, they're staying in the important parts of Gaza, like Rafah crossing. And the authority of Israel claimed that they have dismantled Hamas from Gaza, but what we see that Hamas is still in operation in Gaza. So, what will you think? Is it possible for Israel to dismantle Hamas, or
you know.
if not,
hmm.
then would it be another conflict between Palestine and Israel in the future?
Your question has the answer. The way the Israeli troops are being kept in different important points, including Rafah crossing. That means that they have failed to dismantle Hamas.
Hmm.
Otherwise, they don't need to keep. They don't need to deploy their troops at
Hmm.
all. So I think Israel has totally understood that they have failed to establish their control over Gaza. This is number one. They have failed to dismantle Hamas, and they have failed to establish an alternative stable authority instead of Hamas for Gaza. So they have no option actually,
Hmm.
to keep their troops and forces in this kind of significant points. They have no other alternative, and I think Hamas can. Israel has made the same claim for Hezbollah as well, to dismantle and disarm Hezbollah in
Hmm.
Lebanon, but in Lebanon as well, they are not achieving success because Lebanese government, there is still bargaining with Hezbollah, and
Okay.
Hezbollah is not you know Hezbollah has not agreed with their demands or something.
All right.
So Israel also failed in Lebanon as well. Now about Gaza, the fact is Hamas is not simply a resistance organization; it's an ideological organization as well. So Hamas, I think their ideology or their struggle for the independence of Palestine, it will be transferred from generation to generation.
Right.
So ultimately, Hamas will sustain in any format. Either the name is not that much important.
Hmm.
The name,
But
the
the
fact,
ideology will
yeah,
sustain.
ideology and resistance. If that
Hmm.
should go, that
Right.
must go on. I think this is a way. So Hamas right now, what they have decided, or I think they have uh, tried to ensure the interest of Gazans,
Hmm.
Gaza people, and this is why they have almost accepted all they are ready to transfer the power of Gaza
Hmm.
to the technocrat Palestinians.
All
It
right.
was contradictory to the President Trump's peace plan. uh, he has another plan, but Hamas said, okay, we are ready to transfer the
Hmm.
power, but to the Palestinians, not to the outsider or foreigners.
Hmm.
So it is a big sacrifice because Hamas is the legitimate elected authority of Gaza, but they are ready to transfer their power just because, so that the food, the humanitarian aid,
Right.
this can take entry to Gaza, and they can live a better life, or at least war
Hmm.
or the violence or the genocide,
Hmm.
to make it stopped.
Right.
So it's a
But
big
right.
sacrifice.
I think from these activities, it is shown that basically Hamas showed the true humanity
Yeah,
throughout
at least they're
Gaza.
trying, and we have seen it. The way this time Israel, they have become very critical and very tricky, because this earlier, in the earlier experiences during the prisoner exchange,
Right.
we have seen many videos
Right.
that
Many
how they
videos.
express their love for Hamas
Right.
or their gratitude. This time we didn't see that.
Right.
This is why, Israel is has become, cautious,
Right.
and they took some initiative, and this time they are also. I saw a video.
Mhm.
They're preparing some gift box
Mhm.
for all the prisoners who are, all the hostages who are coming out from Hamas, then after, so that they can, after coming back in Israel, so that they, to make them happy and pleased, and
Mhm.
to, so that they can, to stop them, praising about Hamas.
Right.
They are now giving them, token gifts like a laptop, the mobile, and some
Right.
other issues. So it's a very childish approach, but Israel has done it, and Israel perhaps stopped them, facing media or interview anything, or in
Right.
global media or something.
Mhm.
So this is their approach at this time.
All right. So now let's move on to the
Yeah.
Asian politics and other issues. So we have witnessed that People's Justice Party is in power. Taliban is in power in Afghanistan.
Mm.
And Jamaat Islam Bangladesh is in a good situation in Bangladesh comparatively
Yeah. Previous time, yeah.
before, I think, the history that they had. So what do you think? Do you think this is a sign of Islam in the power politics? I think this is a sign of rise of Islam in the power politics. And at the same time, I'd like to ask one more thing, that is, how do you evaluate such situation in the very multipolar world?
Yeah, the fact is, as I've said in the very
Mhm.
beginning of my interview, the situation is changing
Right,
worldwide. The first thing is, people are fed up of corruption.
right.
People are fed up of, some sort of, bureaucratic complications, the bribery, the corruptions, and, the one same single approaches of governing and others.
Right.
Now they want to get rid of this issue. This is the first thing. And without the Islamists, they don't have any better alternative.
Mhm.
This is the major issue, I think, and this is why they are showing their interest for the Islamic forces. You have mentioned about Malaysia,
Mhm.
about Turkey, and others. One major thing is Islamist organization. They are also changing their tactics.
Right.
They are becoming more people friendly.
Mhm.
They are trying to identify what is people's requirement, public requirement, and they're trying to adopt some strategy accordingly.
Right.
They're trying to throw new programs, more pragmatic programs,
Mhm.
and their discourse and narratives are being changed,
Mhm.
and they're trying to I would like to say that they're trying to
The
produce multiple versions of
Mhm.
Islam.
Right.
It's like what it is called gradually,
Mhm.
for gradual implementation of Islamic law, something different. So Islamic like, as the people perception, public perception are changing, Islamic organization, they are also changing their discourses, and last but not the least, the other side, outside factors like the diplomats, like the global powers, they are
Mhm.
changing their issues as well. For an example, Russia and China, they are easy with dealing with, they are feeling comparatively better
Mhm.
in dealing with, Iran, Pakistan, Afghanistan. Why? Because they're all the Muslim countries, but Russia and China are not that much. They are, Islam is not a problem for them right now.
Right.
They are trying to create another bloc against USA,
All
and
right.
Islam is not the issue.
Mhm.
So everything is,
They'd like to shift the
yeah, is
power
the
from one hand.
is a shift,
Mhm.
and this paradigm shift and the discourse shift, all everything is making shift.
Mhm.
This is why I think these Islamist forces in different countries, they're getting a privilege,
Mhm.
and hopefully, if they can continue this kind of approach, if they can try to connect with the people in the
Mhm.
days to come, I think the better future they have.
All right. Thank you. One more thing that I'd like to ask you, that recent Pakistan Afghanistan
Yeah,
attack, I think it became the hotcake for online activists of Bangladesh.
yeah,
Now, the question is, as we know, Afghanistan is a Sharia based country, maybe
mm.
they have tried to do it,
Yeah, the Islamic Emirat.
Islamic Imara.
Yeah.
So, and most people try to say that they have taken the conflicting position in this very war.
Mm.
Now, maybe as they are based on, I think, Imara, I think Islam. So maybe they try to, maybe they're bound to, protect the interests of Muslims around the world. Maybe it's according to the ideology that they have. But the question is, recently we have seen the correlation of Afghanistan and India. Not only that, the statement of Kashmir, they try to say that it is internal issues
Recognizing
of,
Kashmir,
yeah.
yeah.
I think that becomes the conflicting I think issue for The Muslim countries. So, what do you think? What are the things are connected with this issue?
The concept of nation state is very problematic
Hmm.
actually. And ideology is one thing, but when you come to the power,
Hmm.
then actually it is difficult to maintain the national interest
Hmm.
and your religious issues and
Right,
others. Afghanistan is very much ideological and very much Islamic within its territory, within its governing system.
right.
But about while you're dealing the outside issues,
Hmm.
they have to deal in different way. And Afghanistan, Pakistan, they are the neighboring countries, like we
Hmm.
are with Indians. And if we consider our public sentiment,
Hmm.
we are not the majority. The maximum number of people are very, you know, uh, what would I say? They have some sort of negative impression about Indians
Hmm.
because you have the border killing issue,
Hmm.
the sharing of Common River Treaty and others.
Right.
Similarly, Pakistan and Afghanistan also sub issues, including the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa state province, then the Balochistan issue, the cross-border trade issue,
Hmm.
human trafficking issue, drug issue. So there are some anti-Pakistan sentiment as well. And Afghanistan is in a position, the Taliban government,
Hmm.
they are better than the previous one. They're trying to make liaison and cooperation and collaboration with other countries, but it's still, they are not globally recognized in that way. So they have to um, keep pace, with other Western countries and other countries as well. So India, as the, enemy is my friend. This is the same kind of issue. So
Hmm.
as they have some issues with Pakistan,
Hmm.
so ultimately they become a bit uh, inclined, towards India. They become some sort of positive towards India. But if you say from ideological perspective, then it's definitely frustrating.
Hmm.
But as they're in government, so they have to make some negotiations. That is true fact. Nothing to hide actually.
Maybe, maybe. Also, now the question is, Islamabad accused
Mm,
Afghanistan that they're supporting or helping Tehrik-e-Taliban in Pakistan
mm,
for attacking the people of Pakistan.
mm.
Not only that, in the recent attack of Pakistan in
In
the
Kabul.
capital of Afghanistan,
Mm,
basically, I think this has arisen the tension between these two
mm.
countries.
This is what
Now,
I'm saying. Yeah,
yeah. Now the question is, does India take advantage of this very conflict, and
definitely,
how?
definitely. India is looking always for opportunity.
Mhm.
And as they are observing that there are some tension have arisen between Afghanistan and Pakistan. Taliban doesn't agree with the Pakistan's allegation about the TPP connection.
Mhm.
They said they are independent force and we don't have control over them. However, there are some mistrust.
Mhm.
So India is taking its opportunity, and I think India is definitely is taking the leverage.
Mhm. And get some benefits from maybe. All right.
Benefit.
Now the question is, India maybe.
But for Pakistan, it's difficult. Pakistan is also a difficult position. They have to deploy always a good number of force, a significant number of force to tackle India,
Mhm.
and now they have to open another front
Mhm.
if they want to tackle Afghanistan.
Mhm.
So it's a challenge for them because they are also struggling economically and others. So although they are militarily they are advanced than Afghanistan,
Mhm.
but operating two fronts at the same time is difficult challenge for any country. So
What's
India
your
is
opinion?
getting that
I think I
opportunity as
understand
well.
that maybe Pakistan is in a difficult situation because they have to maintain two different,
Yeah,
what can I say? Let's say it's not a kind of attack; it's kind of war,
yeah.
maybe.
So
But is
border
it
tension
possible for
is
Pakistan administration or military to maintain or to protect Pakistan from these two attacks at the same
this.
time?
This is why I'm saying it's challenging for them, and
But I think who could do better performance in this very position? I think we could suggest Imran Khan could be the better one for protecting Pakistan from this kind of wars.
about Imran Khan, we have some good impressions. This
Mhm.
is the problem, or this is the issue
All
to be
right.
discussed because we are fond of Imran Khan because of his smart approaches, some good eloquent address and
Mhm.
others. But the fact is, Pakistan, although it's an Islamic Republic of Pakistan, but its politics actually controlled by secular elites and the military.
Uh-huh.
So, the ultimate consequence of Imran Khan is very much explicit. We are observing that
Right.
almost for the last 2 or 3 years, what has been happening to Imran Khan and his party, Tehrik Insaf. So, I don't think that Imran Khan will be able to resolve this issue. But what Imran Khan could do better, that is, diplomatic activities. I think
Mhm.
is better. Uh, with negotiation with the confronting allies and confronting sections and others, I think it is Imran Khan is better for that.
Mhm.
But for ultimate solution of this issue, I think a good discussion between the neighboring countries actually is
Mhm.
required.
All right,
Only
thank you.
one person is not enough actually,
Mhm.
because
I
there are
think.
lots of limitations and
Mhm.
administrative and political reservations as well.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
So now the question is, Indian Ocean is now becoming a chessboard of politics and power for its
Mhm.
economic and military importance for India, China, the US, and a smaller coastal state like Bangladesh. Now, Bangladesh looks like to be the chessboard for all these players. Now, the question is, do you think Bay of Bengal is going to be the second South China Sea, and how Bangladesh could keep balance between the pressure of China and USA?
I'm afraid of it actually.
All right.
But the fact is, the global power or global, policy is actually is getting very much difficult and competitive.
Mhm.
Um, what we are listening in recent times over the control of Saint Martin and others,
Right.
uh, many things, most of them, these are rumors. But however, it shows that there are some, some fishy,
Mhm.
something is happening behind the curtain, I think. And maybe with Myanmar, China involvement, then sometimes we are getting the news that shell are often coming
Mhm.
in our territory from Myanmar and others. So our Saint Martin is not functioning properly as well. So yeah, there are some tensions in with the Bay of Bengal and others, and we have been observing tension in Chittagong hill tracts as well.
Mhm.
So this Bay of Bengal, I don't know it is going to be the South China Sea or not, but definitely it is going to be the tensed area of the next decade.
Right. That is, I think, that we can gauge
Yeah,
actually.
and Bangladesh is trying to make a balance. Our chief advisor and the outside Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, both of these two head of the government, have visited China in their tenure.
Mhm.
Hasina also visited, and Professor Yunus also, I
Visited
think,
China.
visited China. Yeah, they're trying to make a balance, and during the tenure of the incumbent government, the bilateral relationship between Bangladesh and India is also struggling.
Mhm.
So China may take the leverage as well. So we have to see many things, because each and every country is actually trying to gain their own interest. So
Mhm.
Bangladesh, as you know, we are surrounded by India in three sides. So Bangladesh is definitely in a difficult position, I think.
All right. So, what would you think that India recently, I think, they tried to control some countries nearby India, but recently we have seen that Nepal and Bhutan, they are trying to, do something against India, and maybe they're in the position of India right now. But India is trying to so control Bangladesh, that has Awami League fled from Bangladesh. So it is quite difficult for them to control, or maybe they will not get that leverage when Awami League is in power. But now they have to struggle for it.
Mm.
Now, for Bangladesh, basically, as a country, we have to maintain a relationship with USA, China, and India, because India has recently, I mean, maybe few times ago, India has attacked in Chittagong
Mm.
because they wanted to take it in their control. They wanted to make it a part of India. So, what's your opinion in this very situation? Because the bigger eyes are looking at Bangladesh
Mm.
for their achievements. So, how could Bangladesh government,
India is plotting conspiracy with various parts of Bangladesh, not only Chittagong Hill Tracts, I think other parts as
right?
well, including our ports
Hmm.
and others. The fact is, we have to be very much concerned, and we have to be aware of these conspiracies. This is first,
Right.
and we need to build a citizen awareness, because our government, their all activities, their all pacts and
Hmm.
deeds are not open. We are very much unfortunate that even during the tenure of the so-called elected government, we didn't see that the pacts or deeds or contracts are
Hmm.
often discussed in the parliament. So we are always, as a citizen, we are in dark.
Hmm.
We don't know anything about these issues. So now the fact is, as you say, that the neighboring countries of India are trying to uh, get rid of the influence of India, like
Right.
Nepal and Bhutan, what you have said.
Hmm.
We have negative experience as well. Like, the Mr. Moichu, the president of Maldives,
Hmm.
he had initially tried to, keep a distance from
From
India,
India.
but ultimately he failed. Then
Hmm.
later he had to surrender. And this year, the Maldives during the ceremony of Maldives Independence Day, Narendra Modi was the chief guest.
Right.
Ultimately, he has to surrender. So, the fact is, and the Nepal, the situation is Genji revolution, and the interim government, we are. I have read some article that this head of interim government is also India backed.
Mhm.
So it's not easier to get rid of India by all on a sudden,
Okay.
but it will take time. But the people are fed up of India. It's true, and they are trying to, as we have seen in our revolution, our
Mhm.
July revolution, that the young people, they don't want to see Indian hegemony anymore.
Mhm.
So this is our hope, the hope of the end of the tunnel, actually,
Right.
ultimately.
Thank you. Now, let's talk about the modern warfare.
Yeah.
Now, we have seen that modern warfare has reached another level,
Mm,
such as air defense system, then military equipments, etc. And AI has made it more complex
mm.
and difficult and sophisticated. Now, in such situation, we have recently heard Turkey has offered some military, I think, what can I say, equivalents and has shown their interest to establish factories.
Mm.
So, do you think it would help Bangladesh to make its defense more strong and effective?
Definitely, Bangladesh is traditionally, I think Bangladesh is known for using traditional weapons. Most of our weapons, most of
Mhm.
our military vehicles are outdated.
Okay.
So we have to improve, and we have to bring, or we have to import the latest weapons, latest artilleries and machineries. And
Mhm.
Turkey is now being considered as the genius of modern warfare technologies. Like I have to categorically mention about the TB2 Bayraktar, the drones that have been used in Nagorno-Karabakh war and other war.
Mhm.
And Turkey also is invented or make some very AI based missile, and
Mhm.
some they are trying to uh,
Technologically
yeah
reached.
yeah.
Mhm.
So, and Turkey is also is holding Muslim sentiment as well.
Right.
So I think it is better if Turkey we can, if we can import some weapons, advanced
Mhm.
weapons from Turkey. And
Right.
it is better even if we can go for a joint collaboration, like establishing factory here in Bangladesh.
Mhm.
And then what will happen, that our manpower is will get an opportunity to be trained up of
Mhm.
using and others. So, and that will preserve our interest more
Mhm.
if we have a factory here and Turkish technicians come and we are under their
Observation
arrangement, yeah, observation,
management.
our
Uh-huh.
people get the opportunity of being trained. Then I
Mhm.
think it will be better for Bangladesh interest as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, can you please talk about something about the political and economic importance of this marriage?
Mm. This barrage is a crucial and essential establishment for the northern region, particularly for Bangladesh. But unfortunately, as you have said, that the previous government led by Sheikh Hasina had a good relation with India,
Mhm.
but even that government had failed to ensure water of this river, or failed to sign any treaty with India.
Right.
And the West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee also, she is not agree with the um, central government about signing the Tista Pact. So ultimately, we are struggling with this
Mhm.
treaty for over the years, for many years, and now it should come to an end. But I don't think so. I don't think that this government, as they have a very and a struggling relationship with India, I
Mhm.
think it's not possible under this government. But the next elected government, it will be our primary expectation or initial expectation that uh, immediate after they're coming to the power, they will take a major initiative, an effective initiative, to sign this TAPEC treaty with India so that we can get our share.
Right. Thank you. Now, what would be the impact of Quad in South China Sea, and should Bangladesh be part of Quad?
Quad is another issue. It's an alliance consists of USA, Japan, Australia, and
Right.
so yeah. I think it was formed actually to create dominance over the South China Sea,
Right.
and Bangladesh should try to keep itself away from war zone,
Right.
because there are very tense situation between China and Taiwan.
Mhm.
And uh, Quad actually was formed to restrain China from attacking Taiwan, or to protect Taiwan,
From
or
China.
to yeah, or to make a safeguard for Taiwan. I think it will not be a wise decision for Bangladesh to go in that
To be the part of
yeah,
them.
yeah,
Mhm.
part of this politics. Bangladesh also avoided, I think, in the war on terror in 2001. At that time, Bangladesh also denied actually
Hmm.
participating during 2001, 2001 to 2006, during the tenure of four-party alliance. Bangladesh also denied. I think they should. That we are not that much prominent, country in military and others or
Hmm.
financially, that we should go and get involved with unnecessary complications and violences.
All right. All right. So we're coming to an end. Just to have two
Yeah.
questions left, and these are the things that we have discussed a lot before. But yeah, we have seen that Arkan army are intensifying their attack and trying to provoke Bangladesh border.
Mm.
And it is alleged that Arkan army has relation with the United People's Democratic Front,
Mm.
Kuki-Chin National Front. How much it would be harmful for Bangladesh, and what should be the position of Bangladesh?
Yes, Bangladesh actually is in a very risky position,
Right.
and there are secret communication, I think, between these all the sections.
Hmm.
And last times we came to know, I think it's about 7 months before, we came to know that these cookie chain forces, they're getting the opportunity to enter in Bangladesh, to Bangladeshi territory, at least for 10
All
kilometers,
right.
to take some festival and others.
Hmm.
So they have a good hidden communication and connection with these people. And there are also some report of Indian backing or financing or sponsoring this kind of rebel
Yeah.
organizations or terrorist organizations. So both, I don't know why. Even China, the role of China is also confusing.
Hmm.
They are, Bangladesh, when the Bangladeshi government are communicating with them, they are responding in a way, but again they are trying to patronize secretly
Hmm.
these military sections and others. So right now the is a difficult situation, but I hope that ultimately some positive thing will happen. But for that, Bangladeshi government have to play more, balanced role.
Hmm.
And already, Professor Yunus, he has made some good effort to hold a Rohingya conference. He has tried to, we have seen the UN Secretary General in
Right.
Bangladesh.
Yeah.
um, so this kind of diplomatic efforts should be carried out, and we should continue. We should continue this kind of efforts. We have to continue discussion with India. We
Hmm.
have to continue discussion with China. We have to continue discussion with Myanmar. I think military solution is not it, right. This moment, military solution is not very wise or very pragmatic. We have
Hmm.
to go for diplomatic and amicable solution.
Right. So, thank you. How could we solve Rohingya crisis, whether through military pressure? I think I have understood that. So,
Yeah.
the thing is, Bangladesh is in a very difficult situation, maybe in some cases. So,
Mm.
what's your ultimate suggestion to the Bangladeshi government or who will be in power in the near future? How could they balance the relationship among all the countries that they're surrounded by?
I think it is set to hold next election, I think,
Hmm.
in February. So now it is the duty of the political
Hmm.
parties to declare their manifesto. And they are observing the world situation, the global situation, how it is changing. So accordingly, they should place their, they should assure us that the way we should try to make, a good relationship with India,
Hmm.
our biggest neighbor, then with Myanmar, then the Middle East, then the Americans, then the
Hmm.
Russian blocs, because we need everybody.
Hmm.
And right now is such a, I think, um, the one superpower oriented world, the decade of one superpower oriented world is over.
Right.
We have to keep balance with different blocks. We have to maintain relationship with
Hmm.
different blocks, and we have to prioritize the national interest.
Right.
We should go beyond the political interest or the party interest. We have to serve the national interest,
Right.
and this is the spirit of the July Revolution. We should not. We should always should keep it in mind that we have seen a lots of our heroes. They
Hmm.
have been martyred, more than around 2,000 people. So they actually have sacrificed their lives um, to bring an end to the hegemony or dominance of any other parties. So I think the all political parties and our leaders should be, they should concentrate on this issue. We are expecting a better Bangladesh, a better future.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ali Ahmed Mabrur, for giving your time and having an having an excellent discussion with us
My
about
pleasure. My
the
pleasure.
modern warfare and politics. Thank you for being with us. And I hope that if you have time, we'll have a discussion again one more time, inshallah.
Inshallah. Inshallah.
Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we have discussed about one of the most important topics in different angles for different area, different strategies. I hope you guys have got a clear message about Bangladesh and their policies and their future task. So, as a citizen of Bangladesh, we expect a better Bangladesh. We expect balanced relationship among the countries that we are surrounded by, because without the relationship of other countries, you couldn't go alone, smartly. So it's better. So we expect a smart government for smart dominance, for a smart relationship with the people, with the countries around, that we are surrounded by. So thanks again for hearing us with your patience. I believe that you have enjoyed this session, and if you have any other suggestions, if you want to have some more discussions about this very issue, you can write it in the comment section. We'll organize some more discussions like this issue in the future. Thank you again for joining with us.